Hey guys, this is Young Vintage Gamer here, and I'm here today at the Long Island Gaming Expo as in the Cradle of Aviation in either Uniondale or Garden City, New York. As you can see, I'm here. So this is the surprise I was talking about on my YouTube short. So yeah, let's see what they have to offer. So here's some of the games and stuff. Yeah. There's this Dudes of Attitude. Yes, game.
Charge me $40 for a game. I better get something. If you guys have any questions, you can ask me.
Now this is a modded arcade stand, and not only does this play Pac-Man, but the guy mentions that this thing is modded to play Dreamcast games and N64 games and PSP games. And he says it's probably worth probably like $500.
Cosmic Warlock is
Cosmic
still
Warlock.
in development. Yeah.
And this is and this game is Sunset Land.
Yeah.
Or the object of the games.
Poster and on all the business cards.
Or the object of the games.
So Sunset Land is basically a Metroidvania, sort of inspired by the classic NES Mega Man games.
Yeah.
Also Castlevania 2, and a little bit of Celeste in there too, with some of the air jumping puzzles. And this one's sort of like a shmup, kind of a little bit of a light bullet hell kind of game for the NES.
That's cool. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, sure. Feel free to sit down and play them if you want. And take one of my cards too if you haven't already. You streaming this?
This is the Commodore Amiga. Here's the game.
That's cool.
Here's these computers, and here's the famous Commodore PET with the double floppy disk drive. Here's the K Pro. I think I've seen this computer on a YouTube video before. Here's the PlayStation 3 with the, next to that is the Atari 2600. Here's this Commodore 64s. Okay, that's the version I own. IBM PC. So many computers in here. I think I've seen these computers on another YouTube channel I've seen before. There's the Apple IIe. Yeah. There's Apple's Pippin, the console that failed miserably. Yeah, this is Apple's only computer-based consoles that they ever made. This is the PlayStation 2 development tool. Here's the Gatkin Compact Vision. And the cassette vision super convinced set. Pretty rare consoles. There's more computers around here. The Commodore Amiga CD32, Vectrex. Now this is a game PC. Now, if you guys were to look at this NES, you may think it's glass, but it's actually plastic. See? It's plastic. If anyone's wondering. What's this? Sega made a karaoke machine? I didn't know that. I'm telling you, I've never seen this kind of control before. It looks like as if you're controlling a motorcycle. There's the game Hang On for the Sega Mark III. There's a card reader. There's also the Sega SG-1000, the original model, adapter. There's the PV-1000 Piso, or Casio, I might have butchered it. Set Supervision 8000, that's what it means. Sorry if I mispronounced the console. The PC Engine Shuttle, looks like a spaceship. Played yet. Some Japanese imported consoles and computers. Here we have Pong consoles, as you can see here.
Black light, black to like this.
Yeah, there's that old school Disney CRT. Master System, PlayStation 1, SpongeBob controller. There's a SpongeBob game on this. And here's something interesting. I didn't know the PlayStation 2 had a keyboard like this. This game for the Sega Dreamcast. Filming here at the section with the computers, where games are played on computers. And here's some of these games that are probably played on PC. Here's probably the first Grand Theft Auto. There's the Super Nintendo playing that game. Here's Mortal Kombat 3. And here's the museum's TV set up to play that motorcycle game, even though it's tied to a old airplane for a machine gun. That's kind of funny. Here's my favorite interesting part. Light Gun Alley for the light gun games. As you can see, here's the area where they're showing all the racing games, like motorsports. Here's all the consoles set up for the racing games. Yeah, there's a guy set up for racing. Here's the game here's my first game I ever played, NASCAR Dirt to Daytona. It looks like it's on the GameCube. Yeah. I did grow up with racing video games, so yeah. This is what I grew up with. I would have loved that computer mouse. Jeff Gordon computer mouse. Probably keep that as a collector's item. Wave Race for the Game Boy. Here's a turbo for the ColecoVision. Here's the Intellivision 2. Sega Saturn. Here's this Genesis with the Sega 32X and the Sega CD add-on. Oh yeah, this must be one of the Sega CD games. Panasonic 3DO. This is one of the good games on the 3DO, based on the arcade games. You press the gas pedal to select.
When it's manual, is it kind of shifting over here?
It's the Q.
But you were selected automatically.
And the other paddle's the brake. I think this is like one of those indie races on PC. Kind of plays like one of those arcade style racing games. game Virtual Bedroom, which is a VR game.
I've tried some VR. Oh, look.
So here's the arcade games.
See these things? They used to tow these.
Here's the Punch Out arcade game. Contra the arcade game.
Yeah, no, I always thought that.
Stargate. And there's Neo Geo. So there's the Space Ace arcade game. Afterburner, Crystal Castles. And there's the game that holds a lot of legends, Berserk. Bubbles. I think I played that on the PlayStation 2. There's the game Joust. It's Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man. And there's the Simpsons arcade game. I didn't know Superman had an arcade game. That's cool. There's Superman. And there's Polybius, which, by the way, that game has a lot of myths surrounding it. Polybius. Here's a game Computer Space, which is similar to Asteroids. Here's the controls for it. And here's Super Pac-Man. Here's Super Pac-Man, which is a spin-off of Pac-Man. And here's Pong. The original Pong. And here's the pinball machines and some of the Japanese games that this place is showing off. And here's Hatsune Project Diva by Sega. Yes, it's the same Sega that makes Sonic the Hedgehog. And that's basically it. Yeah. Okay guys, one more thing I'm going to show you before I wrap things up is this area. Here's another light gun shoe milk game. Bunch of vendors. Here's the Texas Instruments computer, which is sold. The Atari 400. There's a bunch of computers right here. More computers right here. This is a cool claw machine. It looks like a butchered stormtrooper. I see a Commodore VIC-20. If you don't know what that Commodore VIC-20 is, guys, it's a old Commodore computer from 1980, from before the Commodore 64. Here's the NES Sally, the NES Zapper. Here's a game I own, Gran Turismo 6.
Yesterday seems to be a slow day, but I talked to some other vendors at and they said the same.
But you guys kind of get the idea. So I'm just gonna wrap things up. Here's more vendors. I'm not gonna spend too much time because it's already late, so So if you want to pause the video and see for yourself. Well, that's gonna be it for my tour around the Long Island Gaming Expo in the Cradle Aviation. So hopefully you enjoy that video, guys. So if you do, don't forget to subscribe for more video game content, and be sure to smash that like button if you enjoy this video, and hit the notification bell, and don't forget to check out Donnie A Horror Story 96 if you're a horror fan. And I would also appreciate if you check out my other videos on the Young Vintage Gamer channel as well, and share both channels and all those videos, including this one, with everyone you know. So this is me, the Young Vintage Gamer, call sign Blue Flare, signing off.